Good morning and welcome to Fox 29's News Now on this Monday morning. We're going to get started with some local news. The Pennsylvania Turnpike says it will switch over to a completely cashless system by fall of 2021, and that means 600 workers will soon be out of a job. Fox 29's Kelly Rule filed this report.
So toll booths as we know it will certainly be getting a change. These booths behind us in 2 years, the fall of 2021, people will no longer be able to pay with cash. We will be moving to a completely cashless system. This is a $129 million project and will involve installing 43 overhead gantries. Officials say all of the toll booths won't completely go away until 2026. But again, they will not accept cash starting in the fall of 2021. Officials say they will still have limited working booths, but only to record Easy Pass signals and to photograph license plates so bills can be mailed to drivers. Now, as for the employees working in these booths, toll collectors and auditors, 600 of them will lose their jobs, according to Turnpike officials. But fortunately, they do say they had prepared for that. They will have the opportunity to move into other Turnpike jobs or take classes to learn a new role. So that is a good bit of news for them. So at this point, they're saying 2 years again, fall of 2021, that's when people will no longer be able to pay with cash. Several years after that, this is all expected to go into effect officially in 2026.
And more in local news this morning. In Berks County, a small earthquake hit the Wyomissing Hills area Sunday evening. The United States Geological Survey detected the 1.6 magnitude quake near Berkshire Mall. This is a Google map of the area. Officials recorded the quake at 10:51 last night, saying it was picked up by multiple monitoring stations. So far, we have not received any reports of damage or injuries. And a Pennsylvania State Police pursuit ended in a serious crash. It happened in Northeast Philadelphia around 1:30 this morning on Ron Street. One person inside the car was taken to the hospital. So far, no word on their condition, and it's not clear why the driver was being chased in the first place. And another crash on Roosevelt Boulevard. 4 people this time were taken to the hospital after the collision on the Boulevard and Tyson Avenue. It happened just after 11 last night. It remains unclear what caused the crash at this time, and the condition of those 4 victims is unknown. And developing this morning, police are investigating a shooting. One of those victims did not survive. The shooter still on the loose this morning. It happened in North Philadelphia last night, just before 8 on North 28th Street. Police say a woman inside heard a knock at the door and let a man inside. That man then allegedly shot her twice and shot another man who was upstairs multiple times. The woman was able to run outside, where police and fire crews were called after a small fire was also ignited by candles that were burning inside the home. Police say they don't know if the fire was intentional at this time. Both victims were rushed to the hospital where the man died. The woman, meanwhile, is recovering in the hospital. Also in local news this morning, a robber picked the wrong victim and wound up dead. Police say the suspect tried to rob a man who had a legally owned gun. It happened around 8:30 last night near 60th Street and Haverford Avenue in West Philadelphia. The alleged would-be robber was taken to Presbyterian Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries. Police are still investigating the incident.
One of the robbery victims was licensed to carry. He was told to empty his pockets. The male kept pointing the gun. One of the times when he went to point his gun at him, the complainant discharged his weapon. He said he discharged it twice. That would be consistent with the 2 shell casings on the porch.
The would-be robber was taken to Penn Presbyterian, where he died. Police are still investigating the incident. And did you see water gushing from One Liberty Place over the weekend? Look at this. You can see water pouring from the side of the Center City skyscraper from 900 feet above. More video from the ground shows the water splashing down near Market and 17th Streets. This went on for about 5 minutes yesterday. So what happened? A fire department spokesperson tells BillyPenn.com the water was the result of an annual fire system test. One Liberty Place was built in 1987, and it lacks a modern drainage system to prevent the surge of water that was shot out Sunday. The city's newer buildings are equipped with special drains to avoid what happened Sunday. Thankfully, no reports of injuries. And did you see smoke around the city Sunday afternoon? Fire crews battling a 2-alarm fire in an abandoned warehouse in the Kensington neighborhood. It started just before noon on Allegheny Avenue. So far, no word on what started the fire or if anyone was hurt. And good news this morning for Mack Trucks union workers. A deal has been approved. The Morning Call reports that Mack Trucks announced late last night that United Auto Workers members approved a 4-year collective bargaining agreement with the company. A tentative agreement was reached October 24th, ending a 12-day strike. The deal impacts more than 3,500 workers across three states, including 6 facilities in Pennsylvania. And now that a deal has been agreed upon, members will get a $3,500 bonus. The new contract expires October 1st, 2023. And moving on to your Fox 29 weather authority. The Philadelphia area is slated for a pretty chilly Monday with plenty of sunshine to kick off this week. Temperatures will reach the upper 50s by this afternoon, thankfully. Precipitation will unfortunately return to the forecast Tuesday in the form of some morning showers, and more rain is expected by Thursday. Here we have a look at current temperatures in our area. Only 41 degrees up in the Poconos. Slightly warmer, 50 degrees over in Lancaster, and around the same here, 52 degrees here in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, the warmest in our viewing area, 57 degrees down in Wildwood, New Jersey. And looking ahead to our 7-day forecast. Again, pretty chilly, but seasonably nice day this Monday, with slightly warmer temperatures for Election Day tomorrow after those AM showers. But temperatures are going to remain in the 50s for the most part this week until a much colder weekend. We're seeing temperatures in the 40s by Friday, and it will start to feel, sadly, like winter. And don't forget to download the latest version of the Fox 29 Weather Authority app to have the latest forecast right at your fingertips. And in political news this morning, the whistleblower who raised alarms about President Donald Trump's dealings with Ukraine and touched off the Democratic-led impeachment inquiry is willing to answer written questions submitted by House Republicans, according to that person's lawyer. Fox's Doug Luzader has the latest from Washington this morning.
The original whistleblower has again become the central focus in the effort to impeach President Trump.
So an attorney for the anonymous source says his client has agreed to answer written questions from House Republicans. But, Doug, they don't seem to like the idea of that because they can't do follow-ups.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So we have this offer from the whistleblower, but it is very likely to fall well short of what Republicans here on Capitol Hill would like to see.
For President Trump returning to the White House yesterday, it all comes down to the whistleblower.
The whistleblower should be revealed, because the whistleblower gave false stories.
An attorney for the whistleblower, who first exposed content from the phone call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine, says his client has now agreed to answer written questions from Republicans in Congress.
We need to have him come testify.
The Associated Press reports that Congressman Jim Jordan says written responses won't be good enough. Either way, Democrats in Congress are hoping to hear from more witnesses this week, including Energy Secretary Rick Perry and former National Security Advisor John Bolton, assuming they show. And soon, Democrats promise, the process will become public.
My best guess is that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, there will be public televised hearings.
A new Fox News poll, meantime, shows 49% of registered voters support impeaching and removing the president from office. That shows the recent rise in support may have leveled off, making public hearings critical.
Since then, things have plateaued. So this open phase, it will remain to be seen. Does that move that 49% number?
We'll see. Meantime, that same poll shows that support for impeachment among Republicans has actually dropped to just 8% now. Mike and Alex.
All right, Doug.
And in consumer news this morning, could working only 4 days of the week help get you more accomplished? Japan says yes. They're the latest work week experimenting country rather, and they have some impressive results. Fox Business correspondent Tracy Carrasco has more.
Were you shamed?
Yeah. Microsoft Japan, that company, they've been testing a 4-day work week, and they say their productivity has jumped by how much, Tracy?
By 40%.
What?
They tested this out for the month of August. They gave all of its workers Friday off, and they found that workers were more productive. This in an effort to improve the work-life balance. The Japanese culture is known for working extremely hard, extremely long hours, so they're trying to do something about it, and they found that, yes, workers did more. They cut down on some of their meetings. They really had to work more efficiently. They also found that workers used fewer vacation days, that they were printing less papers, and that they were using less electricity in the office. So this is something that they do hope to implement further down the future. Maybe next summer again, they will give Fridays off to their employees, but they found that it worked. I wish that more jobs would do that. Unfortunately for us, it probably wouldn't work, but I'm sure others it would.
Well, I think it would work. We won't commit to it. I committed to it about 15 years ago, a 4-day work week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've had some employees here took off like for the summer every Monday.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas.
Karen too.
Karen.
Yeah.
But I still come in. I just don't do anything. But it's a 4-day work week. But I come in on Friday.
You're physically here, but
you're just here.
I'm just not doing any work. Yeah. Tracy, hope you had a good weekend, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks.
I mean, do we really need the news
Bye-bye.
on Fridays?
No.
Just not have a show.
No. Let's go to Phoenix.
And more on Good Day this morning. If you're hoping to shop this holiday season without the debt scare, an expert is here to lessen the burden for you.
25 days until Black Friday. How about that? 25 days.
So we want to help you avoid going into debt while still being proud of the gifts that you're giving.
Well, that's why we're going to bring in our financial planner and author, Rob Wilson. Rob, always good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks for being
I know
here.
the first thing you always say is that you got to build this budget, but that takes discipline. So can I develop discipline in the next 24 hours?
It might take a little bit longer than that, but we will help you. We will help you, Mike. Yes, it's the dreaded B word. I know nobody really wants to talk about that. But if you don't go into this season with a plan, you're definitely planning to fail. You have to decide how much you're going to spend on everybody during this season. You can't just go at this thing willy-nilly because it's so easy to get caught up in the emotions of the holidays. You just go to the mall and make it rain in December. and then you have to deal with the consequences in January.
Yeah.
When the bill comes.
Should
So you
I
got to
write
decide
it?
how much you're going to
Should
spend.
I put it down on paper? Is there an app that will help me, that kind of thing?
I'm glad that you asked that, Mike. There is a fantastic app called Mint.
I've heard of it.
Mint. You know, like Mike Jarrett makes a mint.
Oh, please.
That's what it's called.
I wish.
So mint.com, and it's a mobile app where you can go in. What you do is you link up all of your financial accounts so that you can always know what your balance is.
Okay.
And you can also put a budget in there so that you say, this is what I want to spend on these particular categories. And when you start getting out of whack, you're going to get mobile alerts and emails as a slap on the wrist.
And this video is from mint.com showing us how easy it can be. Very cool. I like that it sends you alerts. Like, watch
Indeed.
out.
You need somebody, some external force to help
That's
keep
true.
you in line,
Okay.
unless your mother's going to call you every day.
All right, for the next thing, start saving.
Yeah,
Is it too late?
It's not too late, but you're a little bit behind the 8 ball if you haven't done it up to this point. So the average American is going to spend about maybe a little bit more than $1,000 during the season. That's between gifts and then other holiday spending, decorations and so forth. But take a look at it this way. We've got about 7 weeks to save until Christmas. So even if you have a much more modest budget, let's say $350 you're going to spend, we'll start putting $50 away each week, and then that way you don't have to build up a lot of credit card
One
debt.
thing you always say is create a separate account.
Indeed. You don't want to have your holiday money sort of mixed in with the money that you pay your rent and your heat bill and gas and light and all that sort of stuff. I would say take your holiday money and put it away separately so it's easier to keep track of. Now, if you use cash all the time, you can just put this in an envelope. But what I like is maybe getting a prepaid debit card. There's a fantastic one called Serve from American Express. Put all the money on the debit card. When that money is gone, your shopping spree is over. But at least that'll make it easier for you to do some online shopping and so forth.
So you slip tip number 3, we'll put it up real fast. Consider using a prepaid debit card, just like he said.
Indeed, separate account. Definitely want to keep the money separate. Okay. Now the last thing is credit cards. I would absolutely 100% stay away from using credit cards over the holiday, unless, with one caveat, unless you can be disciplined, because if you do use your card, you can get points, cash back, miles. That might help you take that trip home to see your family. So I'm going to have some faith in the audience, and I'm going to say, if you can be disciplined, use the credit card. If you can't, put it in the freezer, put it in a block of ice, don't use it.
Or what about my idea? What if I just tell everybody, look, ask for cheap stuff this year, okay? I don't want to see anything above $50, and let's leave it at that.
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's good to set some expectations with your family, with your kids, about how much you want to spend. Because if you really have a discussion with the people that you care about in your life, what you might find is that the only thing that they really want for Christmas is you.
How about you do that? Oh, that was very sweet.
You see how I did that?
You did that. I slipped that in.
Mariah Carey. How about the gift exchange? Does that work?
I do like those gift exchanges. We do this with my wife's family. So your obligation is only to buy one gift. Now, you could do this 2 ways. The Secret Santa way, where you actually buy someone a real gift that they're looking for, or you can do the white elephant gift exchange, where some of them are cool and some of them, might be a lump of coal or a roll of toilet paper or something. And so you have a little bit of fun with it. So I like those because now you don't have to buy gifts for every single person. Just go buy one, and then it's not going to wreck your wallet during the holiday season.
That works pretty well.
You should do that with your daughters.
I know.
It might be fun.
Rob, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
you
you.
having me.
And more on Good Day this morning. If you're still in the mood for pumpkin, Mike Jarek has the place for you. He jumped at the chance to visit a Liberian restaurant in Upper Darby. Here's more in the latest edition of You Gotta Try This.
Till 9. So bundle up, it's 42 degrees. You know that what's my favorite flavor of pie? Pumpkin. Cherry's number 2. But
I was like, is that your favorite? I thought it was cherry.
well, pumpkin and cherry are like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a tie.
Yeah. So I'm not done eating pumpkin stuff. So I went over to Upper Darby. It's a Liberian restaurant in Upper Darby. This guy says, come over here. I want to prepare something called frozen pumpkin. No, not frozen. Frozen. Fried pumpkin stew. Never had it.
What? I haven't had that either.
Here we go. For this, you got to try this. I have come to Upper Darby, to a place called Kings and Queens. People rave about this place. Sitting next to Cement here. Good to see you.
Nice seeing you again, Bob.
Thanks for having me in. Nice to see you again. By the way, we're right across from the municipal building. What would you call it?
Upper Darby Township.
Township Hall.
Right. This is basically downtown Upper Darby.
Boy, a lot of people come in here for lunch and take it back to their businesses too. You have a lot of takeout.
Yeah, that's all.
But also you have seating here too. I know that Halloween is over, but still it's pumpkin season.
Yes.
And we're out of our gourd here. We've got gourds all around us. This is, you'd call it fried pumpkin stew?
Yes. This is what we call fried pumpkin, Liberian style fried pumpkin stew in vegetable oil. And we basically have chicken, turkey and shrimp in the stew. So you can eat this stew over the rice, or you can eat it over another healthier option that we have available at the restaurant. Is quinoa.
Oh, everybody's crazy for quinoa right
Yes,
now.
yes.
I'm going to do the rice. Is it made with butternut squash?
Yes, this stew right here is made with a butternut squash.
Okay.
The butternut squash gives it the nice texture and a nice taste.
What makes it Liberian?
I mean, it's the spices that's in it, and it's the way that we cook it. It's the way that we cook it down.
So gooey. I put it on the little dome.
Yep,
of rice.
And you just mix it, take a little bit, and mix it up top.
Alrighty then. Now, is this seasonal?
Yes, we usually do it seasonal, but a lot of people want us to have it year round, but we do it like from October, November, December. Appreciate it.
I don't think I've ever tasted anything like it.
It gives you like a certain type of flavor that you want to expect from a pumpkin.
Yeah, but there's a lot going on. Always good to see you.
Appreciate it, bro.
So good. You're going to try this? Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, by my plate, there was this little container of some kind of sauce, right? And he goes, well, yeah, you could just dip your fork, just put the tongs of your fork in there and taste that. Don't put it all over the rice yet.
Why? Because it's so spicy?
It's that hot. So here it is. And it's how spicy?
Spicy. But just take a dab and see the difference. Just like, that's all you gotta do, just take a dab. Just like that.
For the love. Oh my God. Thank God. What is that? I barely put anything on there.
I know.
The habanero?
Yeah, that's the habanero cooked down.
I almost, on camera, went like this, poured it on the rice.
No.
No. Oh my God. Try it if you dare.
Did it clear out your senses?
Oh yeah. It was, but the stew was so good. I had it a whole nother bowl and I took it home and ate it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looked good.
It's fantastic. Upper Darby.
And that is going to do it for us today at Fox 29's News Now. Be sure to catch us again tomorrow at 10 a.m. and follow us at fox29.com as well as our mobile app and across social media. And thank you for joining us this morning.